Welcome back to G-Town Studio. Today I want to talk to you about in-ear monitors, and specifically the difference between generic in-ear monitors versus custom mold in-ear monitors. So for the first 25 to 30 years that I played drums, when I played in bands, when we were rehearsing or performing, everything I was hearing was through either their amps or through wedge monitors. There was no headphones or in-ear monitor systems that I was using. And when I practiced, it was full volume, no earplugs. Everything that I heard was just live right there. But about 6 years ago, I joined a band where in-ear monitors were required. That's how you heard the other band members. That's how you heard the vocalist. That's how you heard the click, because they played to a click. So it was imperative that I got a set of in-ear monitors. And so over the last 6 years, I went through this progression of different types of in-ear monitors. And I think going over that will help you start in a better place than I did 6 years ago. So my first set of in-ear monitors were Shure SE-535s. I purchased these for about $500 back in 2015. These were looked at as great quality 3-driver in-ear monitors. When you listen to just music with them without playing drums, the quality was great. You could hear everything. And I was using these ear tips that came with them. They came with a full bag, but these are the ones that I found that fit my ear the best. So I used these, and these would just slip onto the post here. And that's what I was using for the first 6 months. The issue was I was struggling when I played drums. There was so much bleed through that I would either have to turn these up so loud that my ears were ringing, or I just couldn't hear anything because there's so much bleed through and I didn't have these up loud enough, so I was just muddling through the songs. So about 6 months in, I sought out a company that did custom tip molds. So these were add-ons to your SE-535s. So you went to audiologists, and they would take the molds, and then you would send them to the company, and then they'd send you back these tips. And these, you would take off the stock tips, put these on the posts, and you had custom mold in-ears, theoretically. The issue is, these are made out of a soft satin material, and whether it's the material or just the shape didn't really fit my ear very well, they just made my ears ache after a song or two. So very uncomfortable. And then the way these go on the posts, they would stress the posts as you took them in and out of your ears, and these posts would start breaking. So I found that Shure would replace them for free or repair them, but you'd be out the in-ear monitors for a couple weeks. So I ended up buying a second set. So I had 2 sets of SE-535s at $500 each, plus these $150. So it was $1,150 into these. But over the next year and a half, at least 10 times I was sending these back and forth with Shure to get them fixed, and then I'd take these off, put them on my other pair, use those, and when the other ones came back, a post would have broken, and I'd be shipping them back and forth. So at that point, I decided to seek out a true custom mold in-ears company. So in 2017, after doing some searching and getting some recommendation, I ended up with Ultimate Ears. And like the custom ear tips for the Shures, I had to go to an audiologist, get custom molds done, and then send those to Ultimate Ears. And then they sent me the completed set back. These are made out of a hard acrylic. And at first I was like, man, these are going to be even less comfortable than those other ones that I had made, but these are so comfortable. They fit my ears perfectly. They're easy in, out, and the difference was staggering. I mean, I could not believe how easy it was to hear everybody, how I could have the volume so low and it's blocking out so much of the drums, and it's just amazing. So these are what I use today. And then a couple years into this, so about 2019, 2020, I had to send these in for a cleaning, and I wanted to get a new cord. And when I sent them in, I ended up having to play a couple times with the old Shures, and the experience was just horrible going back to these. So I broke down and I got another set, a backup set of Ultimate Ears, and these are UE6s. Now these UE11s cost $900. They have 4 drivers each. These UE6s cost $600. and they have 3 drivers each. But these are my 2 go-to custom mold in-ears, and they have made playing, rehearsing so much more enjoyable. So both sets of these Ultimate ears fit my ears great. I can get the exact mix that I want to hear, and I can hear it clearly because it's blocking out the majority of the drums that I'm playing. The only difference between these are the UE11s have 4 drivers per side, and they're more bass focused. I use these when I'm rehearsing or playing with a band live or listening to a track because it's so much easier to get the bass forward, and the bass is what I want to lock into. When I'm mixing, I'll use my UE6s because it's a more balanced sound profile. These have 3 drivers per ear, and so when I've written something that has piano and bass and drums and guitars and a vocal, I'll use my UE6s because the sound profile is more even. And that's how most people are going to listen to it when they listen to it on their phone or in their car or at home on a speaker or what have you. So when it comes down to it, for drummers, custom mold in-ears, that is the way to go. You can have the worst set of custom mold in-ears with maybe only 2 drivers per ear, but if they're custom fit and block out the sound of your drums, they are so much better than the most expensive generic in-ear monitors with 6 drivers per ear or what have you, because you're having to jack up the sound so loud that it's damaging your hearing, or it's so low that the drums are bleeding through and you can't hear what's going on. So save up for a custom set of custom mold in-ears, and you will thank me later. You'll use them for practicing, you'll save your ears for years to come, and you'll go to your next gig in confidence.